Hi, my name is Jody Decker. Welcome to Yoga for Serenity, being filmed on Lake Wylie in South Carolina. For today's practice, you'll need a mat, a strap of some sort. It can look like a stretching strap. It could even be an old necktie or even a belt would work just fine. And then if you have a block or a small couch cushion that's small and firm, you can grab that as well. Not necessary, but if you want it, have that and set it to the side. As I'm filming this class today outside, we might have a few distractions. There might be boats, there might be airplanes, but that's part of life. So we'll embrace those distractions. In today's practice, we're really going to focus on connecting our breath with our physical movements. So when you find distractions or thoughts floating into your head, it's okay to acknowledge them, dismiss them, let them float back out, and bring your awareness back to your breath. So let's begin by sitting tall, finding a comfortable seated position. Doesn't necessarily need to be like I am, doesn't have to be cross-legged, it can be any way you want. And let's find our deep belly breathing. If you're newer to yoga, it may help to place your hands just below the navel on the lower part of the belly. And that way you can physically feel the belly rise or expand as it fills with air. And then on the exhale, allow the belly to soften and move back in. As we practice our deep belly breathing, intentionally start to draw the breath in a little bit deeper, making it last a little bit longer, and even drawing out your exhale a little longer than the inhale. Once you're comfortably deep belly breathing, relax your hands where they're comfortable on your lap, and let's work on lengthening into the body, extending our spine, reaching the crown of the head high towards the sky. Exhaling, our left ear comes over to our shoulder. Inhale back to center, and exhale other side. Inhaling center. Exhale, turn the nose to look over the left shoulder. Release, come to center. Inhale, looking over our opposite shoulder. Release, center. Drop the chin to the chest. And then lift the chin, looking all the way up towards the sky, stretching through the front side of the neck. If you need more, you can gently pull down on your collarbones. Releasing back to center, inhaling our left palm behind our head. We are going to line our nose up with our elbow, gently drawing our nose down towards the left hip. So we're looking at a 45-degree angle. Palm is just resting. We're not necessarily pulling. We're just resting the hand. The weight of our hand will deepen the stretch. Focusing on feeling this in the upper right part of the neck. And exhale, slowly release, and take 3 or 4 big shoulder rolls towards the back of your mat. On your 3rd or 4th roll, drop your shoulder blades, leaving them down and back, and then inhale right palm, bring it behind the head, take the nose in line with the elbow, gently take the nose down towards our right hip, about a 45-degree angle. Release slowly, and take 3 or 4 shoulder rolls to the back of your mat once again. On the last roll, we leave our shoulder blades down and back. That helps open us up into good posture. It helps open the chest, lengthens the spine, and this is ideally how we should stand or sit throughout our day. Let's take a deep breath in, arms stretching all the way up overhead. Big exhale, slowly release. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, filling the lungs. Exhale fully and completely, expelling all of our stale air. Remember, you're allowing your breath to guide your pace, so that may not mean moving at the same time I am, but waiting for your breath. Go ahead and interlace fingertips together. Press the palms up towards the sky. Reach up and over to our left, keeping our hips connected to our mat. Inhale back to center. Exhaling our way to the other side. Remember, very important to listen to our bodies. Only pushing to the point where we feel very mild tension. There's never any pain or discomfort. Inhale, center. Exhale, palms come out in front. I'm rounding through my upper back. I'm creating space between my shoulder blades, dropping chin to the chest. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhaling, slight back bend. Bring the gaze tall. Inhale, center, and exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a deep breath in. Inhaling, arms high. Exhale as we move over to the left. We're going to flow. Our inhale reaches us tall to center. Our exhale will move us towards the other side. Each inhale is a tall reach to the center. Our exhale, we flow. As your body begins to create heat and warms up, let's try to stretch a little bit farther into our side bend. Do one more on each side. The next time your right arm is down, we're going to hold the side stretch, dropping the forearm just a little bit closer to the mat. Pulling our left shoulder back, bringing our gaze up. Look towards the sky. Continue with your deep belly breathing here. If you begin to notice that you're reverting to a shallow chest breath, or worse, holding your breath, that definitely means you're pushing a little bit too far into the stretch for today. On our next inhale, go ahead and lift up tall to center. Exhale, split the arms. Let's move into our first spinal twist. So very important to be very gentle with ourselves. Right palm is on top of the thigh. Left palm is behind your hip. Each inhale, we're going to work on lengthening the spine, sitting a little taller. And then on your exhale, imagine a corkscrew starting with a twist at the base of the spine until we move all the way up to the cervical spine, where we look over the shoulder to the back of our mat. We're going to continue that for a couple more breaths on this side. So each inhale, we lengthen, and each exhale, we deepen the twist. Let's use our next exhale to very slowly unwind, leaving the right palm where it is. We're going to inhale, left fingertips up and over, coming into an anchored side stretch. So really opening up our left side body here. Checking in with your breath every time we hold a pose. Using our next exhale, we begin to walk our way out into a forward fold, or maybe it's more of a forward hinge today, and that's fine too. If you have a block or a cushion, maybe you want to walk out a little bit farther, so it's more of a restorative fold, allowing your pillow or your block to support the forehead. Breathing into the stretch, allowing our low back to really release and open up. Using our next inhale, walking back upright, move the palms behind your hips, fingertips pointing in, and let's counter our fold by opening up and expanding through the chest. Shoulder blades come down and in, creating some spinal extension. And let's inhale our way back upright. Go ahead and begin to take the opposite leg in front if you're sitting cross-legged, and let's flow with the other side. So a deep inhale, lifting tall, and let's begin to exhale as we flow from side to side. Our breath is actually our most powerful tool to calm and relax our mind and our body. So when you're feeling stress or the chaos of life, the busyness that follows us from day to day, you always have your breath in your toolbox. So you can always pause to focus on your deep belly breathing, even without doing yoga. Let's do one more on each side. The next time our left arm is down, we'll pause, we'll hold our side stretch, and bring our awareness back to our deep belly breathing. Let's use our next inhale to slowly come back upright and split the arms, moving into our spinal twist in the opposite direction. So once more, we inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then we exhale, begin to twist, looking over the shoulder towards the back of our mat. Every inhale, we sit a little taller. Every exhale, we twist a little deeper. On our next exhale, we begin to unwind, inhaling our right fingertips up and over, anchored side stretch. Let's release, moving our way out into a forward fold. Inhale, slowly make your way back upright, moving the palms behind you, fingertips point in, and counter the fold. The lake is very calm and peaceful today. I hope you can hear the gentle sound of the waves. Inhale, come back up to center, and let's move into tabletop position. If you have a thinner mat, it might feel better to double up your mat, creating a little extra padding. And if you have issues with your wrist, you could always make a fist for a wrist and stack the joints like this. So in tabletop, it's really important to stack our hips directly on top of our knees and then stack the shoulders directly on top of the wrist. Let's begin with Shakavakasana or cat-cow. So we inhale, drop our bellies down, bring the gaze up, and then exhale, tuck and round. Begin to work your way back and forth from flexion to extension. And as your body allows, maybe you can begin to exaggerate the motion, making it a little bit bigger. We'll do one more in each direction. And then we'll come back into tabletop or neutral. Pull the belly button in tight, and we're going to go into side lateral flexion. So I'm peeking over my left shoulder, drawing my hip in, squeezing gently, come back to the center, and then inhale as I move to the other side. So we're focusing on squeezing and contracting one side of the body as we gently lengthen and stretch through the other, almost like I'm wagging a tail behind me. And if you want to exaggerate, make it a little bit bigger, you could pick up your feet And move your feet from side to side. Last one to each side. And then we're going to open up our knees a little bit wider and push back into child's pose. Child's pose is a resting, neutral position for your body. So it's very important that you make this as comfortable as you can. Start to walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Press the left hip to the outer edge. Come back to the center. Walk your hands to the left. Press the right hip down or to the outer edge. So I'm creating a C shape in my body. Slowly come back to the center, work your way back up into tabletop, and let's take our right palm directly underneath our nose, inhaling left fingertips tall, opening your body into a spinal twist. We're going to pause here for several deep breaths, and with each exhale, we're going to challenge ourselves to pull the shoulder back just a hair so that we can deepen into the twist. Remember, if you notice that you're reverting to a shallow chest breath or holding your breath, good indicator you're pushing too far for today. Exhale, bend the elbow, thread the needle, come all the way under. Make sure you have some space between the ear and the shoulder. This could be deep enough for you today, but if you choose to take it a little deeper, you could walk your right fingertips to the top of the mat. You could also reach your fingertips to the sky, or you could find the bind. This is called thread the needle. We're releasing our rear deltoid, really opening up through the back of the shoulder. So with each inhale, let's really focus on allowing our bodies to relax a little bit more. And then with each exhale, go ahead and sink or melt deeper and deeper into your mat. Let's use our next exhale to slowly unwind. Counter that by inhaling left palm up one more time. And exhale, bring the palm directly under the nose. Inhale, right fingertips high. You might find that one side's a little bit tighter. Usually we have a side that's dominant in not only strength and balance, but flexibility as well. Exhale, bend the elbow, thread the needle, coming all the way through. Again, making sure that you have created space between your ear and your shoulder. And this very well could be your endpoint, which is fine. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, walking the left fingertips to the top of your mat, reaching tall to the sky, or finding your back pocket. On your next exhale, start to unwind, lifting the right fingertips back up. Exhale, release. And let's turn our toes under, finding our first downward facing dog of the day. So we're going to press through the palms and we're going to gently bicycle out our heels, bending one knee at a time, shifting our hips from side to side. And on our next inhale, we move into plank, or perhaps it's a supported plank, dropping to your knees, which is also fine. Exhale, bend our elbows, but keep them tight towards your rib cage. So hug them in tight until you're all the way down onto your belly. We're going to move our hands by our sides, and we're going to come into locust. We're going to inhale just the chest for half locust, lifting up slightly, gaze staying to the top of the mat. Exhale, lowering down. So if you want to add your legs, this would be full locust. Inhale, lifting upper and lower body together. Exhale, lowering down. If it doesn't work with both, stick with one or the other. Let's flow with this, inhaling each time we lift and exhaling each time we lower. Trying to challenge ourselves by reaching our fingertips a little bit closer towards our heels with each lift. So as our fingertips reach towards the heels, we're creating more space between our ears and our shoulders. Imagine your shoulder blades sliding down and back towards the back pockets. Let's hold this one up. If you want to take the chest expansion a little bit deeper, try to interlace fingertips together. Open up the chest. Lift just a hair higher. And exhale, release right cheek to the mat. On our next inhale, sliding our elbows directly underneath our shoulders, coming into cobra pose. So your palms are flat onto the mat. Inhale, lift through heart center. Exhale, let the shoulder blades slide down the back. So side view, we're just coming into a little baby back bend, just a little bit of extension. Go ahead and release. Take the forehead all the way down. Create a little triangle with your hands. Rest the forehead in the triangle. And then bend your knees and rock them from side to side, releasing the low back. Pausing in center. Let's circle our ankles. And reverse, other direction. Release the legs. And let's take our fingertips so that they're on either side of the chest on the outer edge of the mat, and inhale back up into a little baby cobra. Exhale, diagonally drop our left shoulder down towards the mat. Inhale, come back up to center, and exhale, opposite side down. So now we're focusing on stretching the front side of the shoulders, our anterior deltoids. So the tighter you are, the less range of motion we have, and that's okay. Remember, we're listening to our bodies and really staying in tune with our breath, only going as far as we can, maintaining our deep belly breathing. We're going to do one more to each side. So we're ending on the opposite side that we started on. And then you're going to come all the way back down to your belly, resting in neutral with your forehead in that triangle once again. We're going to stay here for a few deep breaths. What we want to feel with each inhale is as the belly expands, we can physically feel it applying a little pressure into our mat. And then on the exhale, the belly softens and begins to pull away from the mat. Few more deep belly breaths just like that. After your next breath, we're just going to roll over onto our backs and we're going to reach for the strap. We're going to place the strap over the arch of the right foot. So we're going to lengthen this right leg. Notice my left knee is bent, and this is a good position if your back is tight today. But if you're feeling really open and you want to try to lengthen your leg, this is fine, but make sure you flex your foot actively so the left big toe is pointing straight up to the sky. So as we pull the right leg back a little bit farther, we're working on increasing range of motion within reason, as long as we can maintain our deep belly breath. Inhale, really focus on straightening our leg. Exhale, focus on pulling the leg in just a hair deeper. Moving our strap to our right hand, we're going to inhale, open the leg all the way out to the right, keeping our hips square. So leg comes out to the right without rotating our hips. If you had a headlight on each hip bone, it's pointing straight up to the sky or the ceiling. Gently feeling a pull or a lengthening through the inner thigh or the adductor muscle. Inhale, come back up to center. And we're going to exhale across the body, just an inch, maybe two, enough that you can start to feel your outer thigh and hip open, really getting deeper into the IT band. So for most of us, it's not a very far stretch before we begin to feel it. We're going to move our strap into our left hand, open the right arm out to the side, and then begin to release your way into a spinal twist, doing what feels good to you today. So this can be as big or as small as you want it. Inhale, come back up to center. And then exhale, drop the right ankle over the left. So a couple of options. I'm in a figure four, foot is flexed, that's protecting our joints. You can reach behind the left thigh, hug this into your chest, or if you can't quite reach, use your strap for assistance, hook it behind your thigh, and gently pull in. Breathing as we hold. Using our next exhale, we slowly release the right leg down, extending our left leg all the way up. Remember your options. If your back is feeling tight, leave this right leg bent. If you choose to lengthen it out, just make sure you flex your foot, gradually pulling the leg in. On our next inhale, let's begin to open it out to the left side, moving into the left inner thigh, keeping the hips square. The deeper and longer we can make each breath, the more calming effect that has on our bodies. Let's inhale. Bring the leg back to center. Exhale an inch, maybe two across the body. Moving into the hip, outer thigh, IT band. Let's take the strap in our right hand, extend the left arm out, and begin to release all the way over into your version of a spinal twist. Let's inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend both knees for figure four, flexing our left foot, reaching and hugging our right thigh into the chest, or maybe using the strap to pull and assist the thigh. Shoulders always dropping into the mat, keeping upper body completely relaxed on all of these stretches. Slowly release, hugging both knees into your chest, and then moving our hands all the way up to the outer part of our feet for happy baby. And if that's a struggle to reach your feet, you can use your strap and assist yourself this way. So I'm reaching for the outer edges. And if you want, you can gently rock from side to side, massaging your spine. Coming back to center, finding some stillness, and then very slowly opening your entire body out into a full body stretch. Reaching as long as you can, and then slowly bringing your arms into your sides where we pull our shoulder blades down and back, palms resting up, making your way into your final resting position for final relaxation or shavasana. Body temperatures do tend to drop here, so if you need to add a layer back on, please do so. Close your eyes and give yourself these next few minutes to let your mind and your body simply be, sealing in all the benefits of your yoga practice today. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back. Let's start to awaken the bodies by gently wiggling our fingers and our toes, putting a bend in the knees, and then begin to gently rock your knees from side to side. The next time our knees move to our right side, we're going to roll completely over onto our right side, head and neck resting on our outstretched arm, knees are bent. And we'll press our left palm into our mat as we make our way back up into a comfortable seated position. Let's finish with one last deep breath in. Inhaling, arms all the way up overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for being here.